How we doing, Black family? Hold on, my mic ain't turning right. There it goes. There we go. Give me something, babe. Say something.
Hello.
Okay, you good. Man, having all kinds of technical difficulties. Internet's out. We gotta record the show and then post it back. Yeah. So anyway, what's up, Black family? How y'all doing today on this All-Star weekend? Hope some of y'all are watching the game. I wish we could.
Right.
Yeah, but that's okay.
I will put the company name on blast, but I don't want to get sued.
No. We don't want to be petty right now. We don't want to be petty.
Man, it's been like this every day.
Yeah, I know it, man. It's kind of messed up, ain't it?
Very.
But okay, then. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. But anyway, what's up, Black family? Welcome to another episode of Melanated Thought. We talk about things that affect the Black community. I am Reggie O.
And I am Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So, man, we have like I said, this show is being pre-recorded because of technical difficulties. Nothing we can control.
Correct.
So we're going to go ahead and take care of that real quick. And this is going to be a fairly decent show, I think. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to be that long of a show.
Right.
But, you know, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, that's cool, too.
Just one of those random thoughts I had.
Yeah.
We're going to have a show about it.
Oh, yeah. She had a really good topic, man, to talk about, man. It's a really good topic. It's a really good topic. I mean, to condense everything that she said, basically, I'm going to go ahead and say what the topic of the show is. The topic of the show is the Black Underclass.
Right.
Why is it that Black people can't have anything?
Right.
So,
to me, that's how I feel.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a really good question. Yeah. Well, that's a really good question. I mean, you know, I love it. I mean, that's a really good question. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I think that's a question that a lot of people have asked. You know, how come Black people can't have anything?
Because I spoke to several different people this week, just trying to get like some information. Some think that we're okay. Some think that we're being greedy. Some think that we just shouldn't say anything before they take it all away what they have done for us. So I got different people's opinion this week that kind of shocked me.
Oh yeah, you know, well it's going to be shocking, man, because there are some people that are cool with the way things are right now. Mm-hmm. Then you got people like myself that think Black people built this country, but yet and still we own and control less than 0.5% of this nation's wealth and resources.
And that's one of my speaking points I wanted to bring up later. Yeah, that was one of mine. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the only thing I have a problem with. I mean, you know, other than that, so that's why I say this is going to be a really, really, really interesting show. Right. And I wish we could go live with this thing, man, but unfortunately we cannot.
I know. Sorry, guys.
It's all right, y'all. We'll make it work. Like I said, we're gonna make this thing work some kind of way. Don't know how we're gonna do it, but we'll do it. Mm-hmm. It's all right. It's all right. But anyway, how was your week, babe?
It was good. It was a good week. Monday through Friday.
Right.
They did lay to rest a couple of people that I know, and rest in peace, Miss Pearline Stafford, and another family member you guys probably know, but it was several people I know that passed away and they got their wings.
Okay.
And to top it off, last night we had my best Judy, bestie.
Yes, indeed.
Gwendolyn Annette Harris.
Yeah. Birthday
party at Andy B's in Denton, Texas.
Oh man, yeah.
It was a good time.
It really was, man.
Good time.
It really was.
Her birthday is officially tomorrow, but we celebrated last night.
Oh yeah. Happy birthday, Gwen. Happy birthday,
boo.
Yes, indeed. Happy birthday. So yeah. So that was cool, man. Mm-hmm. It really was.
How was your week?
Busy as ever. Yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Just busy as ever.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing, man. It makes the week go by a whole lot quicker. So, other than that, we're pretty good, though, man. You know, it was just an okay week. I mean, I really can't complain either way. But, yeah, that's about it.
Cool.
So, man, it's a lot going on.
Yeah, it is. You know, honestly, I think we had this conversation before. I thought, I can't wait for 2020 to get over. Maybe things will settle down in 2021. No.
I think this is what I think happened. No. I think that 2020 said, you know what, I'm done follow that. And so, and then 2021 said, I tell you what, hold this beer right here.
I was just say, pass the baton. No, baton. What is the baton?
You said it right, baton.
Pass the baton.
Yeah,
he just took up the speed.
Yeah, hold my beer. You ain't seen nothing yet. And it's just as bad as 2020 was, man, so far. I mean, hopefully it'll get better.
Yes,
We're
sir.
hoping it'll get better.
Yes.
So, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Time will tell.
Yes, sir.
So,
any books of the week?
Yes, we have 2 books of the week. You know, being that this is a very interesting topic. You know, the Black Underclass. You know, how come Black people really can't have anything? We have 2 books because everybody who are regular listeners to the show know that I come up with at least 1 book that every Black person should read at least once in their lifetime.
Right.
And I just have 2. It's 2 that I brought on the show before, but I think they're very appropriate for this particular subject. One of them is called Black Labor, White Wealth, written by Dr. Claude Anderson, which it talks about pretty much what we're talking about today. Black people being the perpetual underclass as far as controlling the nation's wealth and resources, and some of the steps that we can do to change it.
Okay.
And that's a very good read. It's a really good read. I love Dr. Claude Anderson's books. He's written 5 books.
I was saying, you've mentioned several others.
Yeah. He's written 5 books so far, and I have all 5.
Cool.
So the brother, he's on point with this one. And this other book is one of his other books. It's like I'm saying. This one is probably the most important of the 2. Powernomics, the National Plan to Empower Black America. So that we can start creating some generational wealth for our people, so that we won't have to worry about our children and our children's children and our children's children's children trying to beg somebody for a job. So that's pretty much what we're talking about here. Right. You know, having something, but
lineage.
Yes, some lineage, man. Something we can pass down from person to person. Because
generation.
I hear a lot of people, just a little bit. Well, it's not really off subject. It's just it's something just kind of like an addition to the subject. The subject of reparations is up.
Right.
And everybody's talking about it.
Right.
Now, I have heard several people say that a free education could be a form of reparations. I beg to differ.
Yeah.
Because a college degree, you can't pass that down from person to person.
Right.
That's not something that's tangible. I mean, getting a college degree is a good thing. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I mean,
but you have to work for it.
You have to work for it. Right. I mean, because you're talking to 2 college-educated people right here.
Right.
So, with that said, it's not a bad thing to get it. But on the other side of the coin, like I said, it's not something that's tangible that you can pass down from generation to generation.
Right.
It's not generational.
Not at all.
Because, to be honest with you, from my experience, and I'm quite sure this lady to my right can attest to this, college ain't for everybody.
True. Very true. We just had this conversation this morning. I was just speaking of how many young people I know right now that's not in college.
Right.
In my day and age, even though they was a little worried about me because I was younger, it was encouraged. Damn near told that I was, My mom wanted me to. My dad thought I wouldn't, but it was encouraged. Like my grandparents encouraged us, motivated us. But I don't know, this generation, what are they? Generation X, Y, Z? What are they now? Me, I don't know what they are.
I call them Generation Me because it's all about them.
Right, that's what I was just going to say. They're more, I got to get it. I got to have it. I got to get it right now. 4 years is going to take too long.
Right, exactly.
2 years is going to take too long. Okay, go to a technical school. That's too long, So they want everything hot pocket right now.
Yeah, they want everything instantly.
Right, exactly.
And that's part of the problem with this younger generation. They have no discipline. That's the problem.
Well, maybe it's, let me play devil's advocate. I play that person every week.
No doubt.
Everything is pretty much quick with them. They got the internet. They can Uber. They can have food delivered. They can order stuff online. I mean, everything is instantaneous.
They have everything at their disposal.
Yes, just touch it and it comes.
Yes, exactly. And I say that to say this. They have everything at their disposal, but they don't use it.
Well, not advantage-wise anyway.
Exactly. That's my whole point. You're getting what I'm saying. You're getting where I'm going with this.
I'm with you.
So they're using the internet to, what's that site they have out now? God, you subscribe to it, and dang, what's it called? I can't remember the name of the site.
What you do to what? Instagram?
No, it's kind of like Instagram, but you know, a lot of women have these personal sites and you subscribe to them. I forgot the name of that. Dang, I can't remember it. But anyway, I'll think of it when I stop thinking about it. But anyway, they
fan only page.
OnlyFans. That's it. OnlyFans. That's it. OnlyFans. That's it.
Yeah, I heard about that. Oh, it's only women. I thought men can do it too.
No, anybody can do it.
Anybody,
but
okay.
I can see most women doing it.
Well,
That's
I have
heard
a lot of women. Yeah.
Yeah, the OnlyFans page. I mean, you know, they're in very compromising positions and wearing next to nothing, if anything at all.
From my understanding, they get paid. That's fine.
And they get paid for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'm not. I have a problem with that because you're exploiting yourself just to make money.
They don't look at it like
that. That lets me know flat out that you would do anything for money.
Do anything.
And that's sad.
That what is it? Instantaneous.
Instant gratification. Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
Need it right now.
Anyway, a little bit off subject, y'all, but still, you know,
it's relating to the topic, and that's kind of one of the reasons why we can't have none, because we want everything right now.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and like I said before, they have a wealth of knowledge at their fingertips.
Yes.
They're not using it.
Yes.
They're doing it they're using the internet for the wrong reasons. They're going on World Star. Yeah. They're going on World Star filming fights and stuff like that. You know, for what? What is that accomplishing?
I have no idea.
But anyway. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, we had kind of a date night. This is our date weekend, y'all. Yeah, just kind of a date weekend for us. The first movie that we saw was the sequel to Coming to America. And it's called Coming to America.
Yeah.
2 is the number 2.
Right.
Starring pretty much the old cast of the original Coming to America. You know,
the only one I'm missing was the mother. I think she's passed.
Madge Sinclair. Yeah. Beautiful lady, man.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Beautiful.
I mean, she passed away some years ago, so she couldn't make. So she wasn't in this one, and I hated that. But you know, they passed on.
The cast still look good though.
The cast still was good. Everybody was good. Eddie was funny as ever. Arsenio was doing his thing.
Always. I got a little emotional. I don't want to tell the movie, but someone dies.
Yes.
Kind of touched me a little bit.
Of course. You know, we're not gonna give it away.
Right.
No spoilers this week, y'all. No spoilers. We're not getting no spoilers, man. But for those of you that are looking for a good, wholesome movie, and it also has a little bit of a message to it.
It does.
So definitely check this out. That movie, to be honest with you, I think the first one was funnier.
Oh yeah.
But you know, this one still has some chuckles in it. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the movie personally for the entertainment value.
I just gonna say for the entertainment. I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So you know,
because everybody been asking for it. So you know, for this to be 30 plus years.
30 years, man. I mean, you know, it's an all black cast. I mean, how many movies do you know?
Is this the first movie with an all black cast that go worldwide like that? International, whatever.
One of the first.
Yeah. Wow.
One of the first. I mean, one of the first ones in recent history. Yeah. So yeah.
That's awesome. And then the cast that they added, like your Leslies and your Tracys, they were good.
Exactly. Those guys. Yeah, man. Wesley, man.
Whoa.
I'm a Wesley Snipes fan for more than one reason. Number one, Wesley Snipes is very pro-black. Number two, Wesley Snipes is a martial artist like myself. So, you know, and number three, Wesley is one hell of an actor.
He's diverse, very.
Very
diverse.
And man, he's funny as hell. To be completely honest with you, Wesley is actually a funny dude, man.
You know, I never seen him in a comedic role, but I remember when he played the Wu-Tang Fu or something.
Fu Wong Fu.
He was kind of comedic in that too.
Yeah, he was.
I guess I'm so used to seeing him as Blade.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are. Because.
And then to see him funny.
Well, he was kind of funny in White Men Can't Jump. Remember that one?
He has some good one on. Oh yeah, he can what they call it, joning.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can jump.
Well, he is from New York, so you know.
Yeah, he was. He did have some good ones in there.
So yeah. Well, that was a good movie, y'all. Definitely go check that movie out.
Definitely.
That movie is funny. It really is.
What
it's
is
funny.
That Prime?
It's on Amazon Prime. So check it out. You won't be disappointed.
No.
Definitely check that out, man. Definitely check that out. Eddie Murphy is typical Eddie Murphy. He did all the characters. He did the barbershop characters. I love those characters, man. I wish I would have seen more of them. in the movie, but you know, it is what it is, man. Eddie did his thing. He did his thing.
My favorite one came back at the end. Not gonna give it away, but my favorite one was at the end. Yes, it was.
Yeah. Arsenio did his characters, and plus added one.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah, added one. So you know, and that was funny. So,
it was.
But anyway, y'all, you know, good movie. Check it out. Check it out. And we saw another movie, which is kind of a historical movie. Hold on, let me get this up here real quick. Boom, there it is right there. Judas and the Black Messiah. It's a story about Black Panther leader Fred Hampton.
Yes.
Very good movie.
Very good movie.
Very, very good movie. The gentleman that played Fred Hampton, even though he's not a foundational Black American, he did his thing, man. He must have done his homework when he did this movie.
He did.
So he captured, in my opinion, he captured Fred Hampton without question.
Not to talk this movie, but when they show live scenes of Fred versus the actor, spot on.
And that's just not just us saying that, man. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's a good one. It's like I said, if you're into history like myself, and you know, I knew the story in the first place, and my co-host over here didn't think I was really watching the movie.
I did, because I'm like,
but I was
looking at the computer.
But I was actually watching the movie.
I sitting up here taking notes to discuss later.
But like I said, I know the story, so you know, I was watching it. I really was. I was watching it, you know. But it was a good movie, y'all. We're not no spoilers here either.
I want to say one thing that caught my attention.
Okay.
In the beginning, when he was, I think, teaching like a class of young supporters, more or less, he said, "War is politics, and politics is the people." Yeah. That was deep for me.
Yeah, that's one of the many things that.
Because that's relevant now.
And he goes a little bit deeper, and he says, war is politics, and politics is war in the matter of speaking, without the blood. Something to that effect. I want to paraphrase. I'm paraphrasing, and that's a very, very, very good concept of thinking about that, because when you go into war, you are trying to you're trying to get your agenda across, but you're using the barrel of a gun to do it.
Right.
So that kind of makes sense. I get that part.
Right. Because like I said, it's so relevant even now.
Even today, yeah.
Even
no doubt about it. I mean, that whole movie, man, is relevant today.
It is.
It really is.
And he was so young.
21 years old.
I didn't realize he was that young.
Oh yeah, he was young, man. I mean, Fred Hampton was a rider, and that's what made him so dangerous, because of the fact that he was so young.
Right.
I mean, you know, think about this, and let's talk about the Black Panthers for a minute. Let's talk about them just for a minute, y'all. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about the Black Panthers, other than what you read in a few books and whatnot, the Black Panthers. Let me get this out the way right now, because I've had this argument with several white people. The Black Panthers were not a militia group. Right. They weren't.
They are not.
They never were. I mean, granted, they carried guns, but that was for protection. Nothing more, nothing less. A militia group wants to take over the government. The Black Panthers didn't. No. So let's get that straight right now. So for all the white folks out there listening, spreading their bullshit about the Black Panthers, nah.
And that was one of the lines. I mean, we're going to have to tell some of the movie.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
And that was one of the lines that was in the movie, because he kept trying to convince his rat. Snitch.
There you go.
Snitches get stitches. And I hate that, because Lakeith Stanfield played that part. I'm like, no, not Lakeith. I like him.
William O'Neill was the guy's name that brought down Fred Hampton. That was his name.
And one of the things the Fed kept telling him was like the Black Panther and the Ku Klux Klan was all the same.
No, they're not.
No, they're not.
Because the Black Panthers actually cared about their people.
Right.
I have yet to see the Klan do a program that's going to feed children for free.
Right.
Provide free health care and all that.
And one of the things that Fred Hampton was a big proponent of too is combining all the different activist groups together.
Exactly, and that's why he was so dangerous. That's why he was so dangerous, because he was very, very adamant about getting all of those people together.
Yes.
Black, white, Hispanic, and everybody else.
Right.
And that's what made him so profound.
Right.
And that's why he was such a threat.
It was so funny. It was just in Chicago.
Yeah.
In Ku Klux Klan worldwide.
Yeah, last time I checked.
And he was powerful.
But see, he granted that the Black Panthers had chapters all over the U.S., including here in Dallas.
And I saw that when they did that in the movie. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. That chapter here.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Granted, they were nationwide. I mean, the Black Panthers actually started in Oakland, California.
Now I'm talking about Fred Hampton, how profound and how big he was.
Oh yeah, he was
Chicago.
Huge. Oh man, he was huge in Chicago.
Crazy.
Yeah. Fred Hampton was huge in Chicago.
Got up in there, just like we discussed last week about the Billie Holiday movie.
Yes.
The Fed came along and tried to take down one man.
Yep. Exactly.
And all he was doing is trying to help
his own people. That's all he's trying to do. It's the same deal with the people before him, Malcolm and Martin.
That's what I have here. It's kind of funny how the feds tried to pin Malcolm and MLK against each other.
Yep, they did.
But they were speaking the same thing as Fred was. Yep. Unity among us all.
There you go.
And the feds was like, we can't have that.
Nah, see, because like I said, J. Edgar Hoover said it, and you heard this in the movie. J. Edgar Hoover said the biggest threat to national security is black unity.
Yep.
And he said it on several occasions. With his cross-dressing ass. But anyway.
Hey.
So.
But it was a good movie. Very good movie. I recommend that one as well.
Very good movie. Black
Even
family,
though we did
definitely.
it for date night, I think this is one for the kids as well. At least the teenagers. At least the teenagers.
I would go younger than that. I say the preteens.
Preteen, okay, I'm thinking like 5 and 6 now. But yeah, the preteens, okay, yeah. So they can get an understanding.
Yeah, definitely, man. Because that's, even though my stepdad started me off on this journey when I was little, like 4, go figure.
Wow.
But still, he started me on that journey when I was about 4 years old. When he started having me listening to the Last Poets, and he started having me listening to the Gil Scott-Herons, and they started, having me read a few things about Malcolm X and Dr. King and Adam Clayton Powell, Fred Hampton too, Huey P. Newton, Bobby Seale, Eldridge Cleaver, all those guys, Medgar Evers, Marcus Garvey, and the list goes on and on and on. So he had me studying all those guys. So at a young age, but and that stuck with me. It really did, and I'm gonna give him his flowers now while he's still alive.
Absolutely,
definitely, man. Thanks, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So, because he was growing up during that era, back when those guys were alive.
So he just didn't read about it. He saw it.
He saw it firsthand. Exactly. And on top of that, he's a Vietnam vet. And he carried that stuff to him in Vietnam.
Oh my goodness.
So that was that, man. But hey. That was a good. But anyway, back to the movie, y'all. It was a good movie.
It was.
It really was. It was a good movie. But check that out. I think y'all will love it.
Yes,
but I would definitely go preteen, like I said, about 11, 12 years old. Let them check it out. See who these people are, so that they don't forget their history. Because I think that's another problem that this younger generation, they don't know who nobody is.
That's what I was just gonna say. They don't know. If you probably say that, they be like, "Who? Isn't he the gospel singer?" That's Fred Hammond.
No, Fred Hammond is a gospel singer, not Fred. We talking about Fred Hampton, okay?
Not it's just Hammond. I'm like, they'll probably say that too. I'm thinking that's what they'll say. They probably don't even know who he is.
That's exactly who they would say it is. I mean, it's not very. There are not very many young people who are really on it like that, and that's sad, But that again, we're the generation that's supposed to teach them,
right?
And we're not teaching them.
No.
So, and that's pretty much where we drop the ball.
That's right.
So,
school can only teach so much.
There you go. Hell, I taught mine. You can ask them right now.
So much.
I taught mine.
That's right.
Definitely. You can ask either one of them. I wish I had Chris's number. Kid, call him up on the phone, and he tell you flat out. I told his ass about that stuff years ago. So, but
you have to, because you gotta know. Like I said, you gotta know where you started to get to where you are, where you can go beyond.
Exactly. It's like Dr. John Clark said a long time ago. He said history is like a clock. It tells you where you've been, where you are, and how far you still have to go.
Absolutely.
So that's why we have to.
That's real good.
Yes, Dr. Clark. We're gonna do a show about him. I want to do a show about him, but we'll do that later on down the line.
Okay.
But Dr. John Henry Clark, he said that, and he was absolutely right.
Yeah.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Definitely.
Okay, so current events, baby. What we got today?
All right.
We got some good
like
stuff.
I said, we're gonna be all over the place today because we got some unbelievables as always. We got some good ones, and then we got some what the.
Exactly. Some what the F moments, y'all.
Right. So let's start with one of the what the.
Okay.
Locally here in Texas, our good old Governor Abbott has opened up the state where we had a mandate where everyone wore masks and occupancy was down between 50%.
Right.
Starting this Wednesday, everything is going to be open back up 100% and no mask is required. I have my reservations about this.
I was just about to. I was honestly, babe. I was about to ask you how you felt about that.
I'm gonna still wear my mask.
I think we both
everywhere I go when I leave these front door right here. And my hand sanitizer will be in my purse and in my armrest of my cord. When I come in the store and get out of the store, I'm gonna use my hand sanitizer. You can't look at nobody and tell if they got COVID.
I guess that answers that question.
I mean, you just how in the COVID number, and I looked at the COVID numbers before we came online. Humongous. They have not come down.
Okay.
Well, why would he do that?
Well, I understand that he wants to get the state back up and running. I get that part.
For money.
I get that part. That's pretty much it right there. I mean, I understand that. I understand that. I mean, you want to get people back to work. I get that part.
Absolutely, because I'm one of them.
Hey.
Yes, indeed. But sometimes you gotta let it. What you say? What your grandmother used to say? Let it heal itself.
Yeah.
I don't think we healed.
We haven't healed to the point to where we can open up 100%.
Not 100. No, that's.
I'm just being honest with y'all.
And don't get me wrong, I miss going out, hanging out, date night in the restaurants and movie theaters and things like that. But
I miss our date nights. I love our date nights. Well, we had date nights here at the house, but still, I miss our date nights, man.
Hanging with our little friends and our groups.
Yeah, I miss all of that, man.
I don't want to risk the chance of me, you, or them getting sick.
Exactly.
So like I said, you can't look at somebody and say, "Oh no, I'm not gonna hang with them. They got COVID." You can't look at that and tell nobody got that.
Nope.
Because it'll be between you thinking that's allergies and it might be COVID.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody sneeze, you look at them kind of cockeyed. Like,
exactly.
Hold up.
But like me, I'm always call people like, I be like, I got allergies.
Yeah.
You gotta explain.
You gotta explain that to everything. Yeah. Every little sneeze, every little cough or whatever. You gotta explain that to everybody, man. That's not a good deal. That's not a good deal.
Not at all.
That's not a good deal. I think that we should wait until those numbers go down a little bit.
Yes.
I mean, I'm still not taking the vaccine, by the way, y'all. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Yep.
Not gonna do it.
That's the third one. Why is it so many?
Well, see, here is my question, and we was going to talk about this on another show, but we never got. I think we got sidetracked, and we got an even better topic. Now, according to what people are saying, the virus originated in China.
Right.
China had the first outbreak of COVID. Now, China got a grip on it without a vaccine. How did that happen?
I don't know. I've only heard of some part. I can't remember the part of Africa where we are sending some vaccines over there, but I have never heard of any other country. Have you just taken the vaccine?
Not.
I have not heard of any other country.
Well, see, the one thing, this is the reason why I'm not going to take it. I know U.S. history. And when it comes to black people, especially foundational black people here in the United States who can trace their ancestry back to the slave plantations and to the aboriginal people that were here before anybody, we are kind of leery of the government saying, okay, here you go. Go ahead and take this. You'll be all right.
Yep.
I mean, Tuskegee.
I just gonna say, if you think of previous things and accusations and what they call it, protocols and scientific experiments.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why black people don't trust y'all's asses. So there are some black people out there that are out there taking the vaccine. I'm not one of them.
Yeah,
I'm like I said, you're gonna have to hold the gun to my head, literally.
Well, Biden said by either April or May, he want all Americans vaccinated.
Well, guess what?
With the
you're gonna have to force me to do it because I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to force me to do it.
But what got me kind of, because me and my brother had this conversation, I think it was last weekend.
Right.
And I went to the doctor this week. I'm good, people. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes, indeed.
And my doctor was like, she hasn't taken it. Now your own doctor don't.
Come on, man. That should tell you something right there.
And I asked her, I said, well, should I take it? She said, I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no. So if you've been my doctor for 10 plus years now, and you're telling me,
that's up to you.
That's a sign for me.
Exactly.
And she's been a doctor over 40 years, so that's a sign for me.
Yeah, that's a big sign for me, man. That's a big. That's a big red flag for me. That's a really big red flag. But I know several people that are in the medical field. Most of them are nurses, but still, and I know at least 3 of them. I mean, well, they're related to me, but that's how I know them. But I know at least 3 of them have not taken the vaccine. They said they're not going to take it.
And you think they would because they're working with people every
right, they're
day.
directly working with people that have, COVID or whatever, or that are, coming in with COVID symptoms and whatnot. But
did they tell you why?
They said, well, my one cousin Yolanda told me flat out she's not going to take it. And the reason why she's not going to take it is because of the fact that, Tuskegee. That's the reason why.
That's one of the
she won't trust it, basically.
That's how I feel. I feel like I think I said this before in the show. All these other ailments and diseases that's been out here that no cure has been found.
And they came up with this damn day overnight.
That's why I just been saying, like 24 hours we had. Not literally, but it felt like it.
It did.
And now you have 3 different ones.
Now you got 3 different ones.
Nah.
Which one do you want? Chocolate, vanilla, or mocha cream?
Yeah, and it's hey, you notice how everybody always talk about how the medical field ain't nothing but a scam.
That's all it is.
And it's the big 3 companies: Johnson & Johnson, Moderna. All the big ones.
Johnson & Johnson, so Pfizer, and what's that other one?
Moderna.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how the big 3s are the ones that came up with it all of a sudden.
All of a sudden. Yeah. They got all the data and all that good stuff, and all of a sudden, boom.
Right. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I guess he can hear. Michael, can you hear? Oh, he said he's listening, so I guess we're live.
Are we live?
He said my brother says he's listening. Hey, Mike, what's up? If you can later, I'm going to give out the number. Call in. I really want to get your opinion of the topic of the day. Or either just talk. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we're live. Hear?
Yeah. I don't see how. We have no internet connection.
He said he's listening. He said, I agree. We are still in a racial pandemic. He said, hey, sis, I'm listening.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mike. Let me see something real quick. Hold on. Keep talking, babe. Let me go ahead and do some things real quick.
But yeah, so like I said, it's up to you. Use it at your discretion. We're not advising anybody on what to do or what not to do as far as the vaccine. But like I said, I spoke to my doctor. I know everybody have their own relationships with their doctor, but mine was like, she wasn't like, yes, you should. She wasn't for certain or like really motivated me to take it or anything like that. So I'm just going to trust my gut because I had that in my gut anyway. And then to hear my doctor say that it's kind of like, if you want to, you want to. If you don't, you don't. And then you come around and say, Biden said he want all Americans to have it by April or May. It's kind of make you wonder, like, should I, shouldn't I? But be your own, follow your own gut, have your own intuition. And if you have to do it, because I know a lot of jobs are requiring you to take it as well if you're going to be working in the office. So that's your discretion if that's what you need to do. If it's your health wise, if your doctor advised you to take it because of your health, follow your gut and follow your own intuition. That's what I say.
And that's pretty much the way I see it also. I mean, if you feel like you need to take it, then by all means take it. I would never tell anybody not to take it.
No,
but if you're going to take it, just watch yourself, man.
Right.
Because I know people that have died after taking it. Well, I don't know them personally, but I know people I've heard of people dying after they take this vaccine.
Right.
So be careful out there, y'all.
Okay, Mike, I don't know, because we're still having internet issues here, so
I don't know.
I don't think we're live.
I don't know if we're live or not, but if Mike can hear it, man, hey, more power to you, bro.
Absolutely.
If you can hear it, more power to you.
Okay, so another current event I would like to speak on. I was listening to this story today, and also he was on Morning News this morning. Benjamin Crump was talking about the immunity that a lot of the officers are getting, and I must admit I do agree with that, because some of the officers are getting off for unnecessary, incomprehensible factors as to why they kill somebody. Like, take for instance the George Floyd. That was a national-wide event. Everybody around the world seen, heard, saw, expressed their feelings, and I still don't think to this day neither one of those officers has got any kind of any kind of backlash. Or did they lose their job, or were they just reassigned?
Well, the way I'm going to quote Nellie Fuller, the compensatory counter-racist code. I keep putting that book out there, and I will continue to put that book out there. The compensatory counter-racist code, Black Family. We have to read that book. And Nellie Fuller said this. He said that whenever something like that happens, white supremacy doesn't really fire anybody. They just reassign them to someplace else.
Right.
So I will give you a prime example. I think his name is Terrence Culture from Tulsa, Oklahoma. The lady that shot him, she got a job in less than a month after she shot him. In the same exact field, she's still a cop. Terrence Crutcher, that's his name. Crutcher, I'm sorry. That's his name, Crutcher. But when he was killed in Tulsa, he got a job in, she got a job in less than a month.
Wow.
Doing the same thing.
Like I said, I agree with Brother Crump. I wholeheartedly do. But not to throw in a stain on his name.
Right.
I understand what he's doing.
Right.
He's been out there marching. He's been speaking up on behalf of the families.
Right.
But has he actually been in court and tried a case?
I have reservations about Benjamin Crump. I always have, because every time something like this happens, he's the first person to stick his head out. Now, I'm like you. I'm not knocking Benjamin Crump. I don't really know anything about this cat. But every time I turn around, he's always got his nose and stuff like this. What's the guy here in Dallas that got killed in his own apartment? What was his name?
Bolton.
Yeah,
Bolton John.
Yeah, Bolton John. It was his idea for this boy's brother to go and hug the woman that killed his brother. Wow. It was his idea. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. Somebody kills me like that, you better not hug no damn body unless you're going to stick a knife in their back.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't even be in court no way. I'd probably be in jail.
Exactly my point. See, there you go. I got a rider right here, y'all.
If you're innocent and you just, how am I supposed to let you get away with that?
Exactly. That's my whole
I'm not provoking violence. Don't get me
not
wrong.
at all. Not at all.
But when somebody do something as senseless as that.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. Something happened to this lady right here. Oh, man, it's on the cracking.
Hugging and
screw that hugging crap.
I know the Bible teaches us to forgive and forgive.
I ain't gonna forgive nothing. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm sorry, and don't come up with that. What would Jesus do? I don't know, because I ain't Jesus.
But he was a young man too. So do you think he really understood or understand even to this day what he did?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because I don't know. Like you said, if Crump persuaded him to do it, did he have it in his heart to do it? Or was it like a TV moment? I don't know.
That's a really good question. That's a really good question.
Even me in my old age, I'm like, I wouldn't hug none.
Oh no, I'm not gonna hug nobody. That's just me
and my sideways.
I'm sorry, but hey, I'm with you on that one because
just me.
Just being
like
real.
20 something, I think. So he's young.
Right, so. Just being real, y'all. If a cop was to bust in and shoot this lady right here, oh man, I'm calling everybody I know, her brother.
You just sitting on the couch else. Looking at TV, eating
Exactly. Nah, man. Nah. I'm calling my cousins, my thug cousins from Arkansas. and we gonna ride out.
Not Arkansas.
Oh yeah, them fools out there. I'm calling them.
And like I said, I like Crump, and you know, when he was speaking this morning, he did say something that I kind of relate to. He said we got to understand that politics is the art of compromise. Yes, I do understand what compromise means, but if someone is buried 6 feet and these people are still walking around for a senseless act that could have been controlled differently, I don't understand that.
I agree.
I don't agree with that. I'm sorry.
I'm with you on that one. I disagree with that for 100% because you can't bring people back. I don't care how much hugging and how much forgiving you give. You can't bring people back.
Not at all.
So,
not at all.
With that said, like I said, man, hey, I want y'all to ride out. Something happened to me, ride out. Damn that. Don't hug nobody unless you're gonna stick a knife in their neck or something. That's right. I'm serious. I'm being real. I'm joking, but I'm being real at the same time.
Absolutely.
So, hey, ride out.
Absolutely.
Damn all that. What else you got, baby?
And today is the 56th anniversary of Bloody Sunday. And this morning, Biden signed an order for the voting rights. And I want to read this statement that I saw that I thought was so profound.
Okay.
It says, it was actually a Sunday 56 years ago since the watershed civil rights moment. And 56 years, I know I wasn't born. I know I don't have, I have people in my life, but I don't know if anybody has ever talked to me or share with me their thoughts on it, because don't get me wrong, I've heard about it, but I never understood it until I read about it today. And it was saying that it was 600 people that was out marching just for the right so we can vote, and they was pretty much beaten for marching for voters' rights. So it's like, I don't understand that. How can that even be possible? And one of the bridges that they have, it says Pettus Bridge.
Edmund Pettus.
Yeah. And so they're going to change that to John Lewis Bridge, which I think was very honorable because he was one of the big proponents of getting this law signed by Biden, even though he's already passed on, God rest his soul. Do you remember, because I know you're a big, like I said, you're a big, all of us know you are a big advocate for Black history. So do you know anything about Bloody Sunday?
Yeah, a little bit. That's back when they were marching, and a lot of folks end up getting
Edmund Pettus.
On the Edmund Pettus Bridge, and a lot of folks end up getting hurt really, really bad. John Lewis being one of them, and when he was alive, he would definitely let you know.
That's where he got hit in the head.
That's where he got hit in the head, and he would definitely let you know that he definitely got hit in the head on Bloody Sunday. He let you know all the damn time. Okay,
so
bro.
56 years ago, and Biden, and all the different presidents that we've had in office, and I know John Lewis fought very hard to get this passed. So 56 years, and Biden signed that order this morning. So yeah.
So I mean, it's. I'm not gonna say that's a bad thing. I mean, because that's more of a. See, now.
The reason why I want to. I'm sorry, the reason why I brought this up today, because that's kind of dealing with our subject of the matter today. Are we really getting something?
No, that's what I was trying to get at. That's more of a symbolic thing than something that's really tangible, because like renaming the bridge to John Lewis Bridge is not going to do anything for Black people.
Well, Biden did say every eligible voter should be able to vote and have it counted. Well, so you shouldn't be beaten to death because you want to vote.
Well, I agree with you on that one.
Yeah,
I agree with that one. I agree with that one. So we are.
But it's like I was looking at CNN last week. It's some laws, and I love my girl crush Stacey Abrams. It's some laws the GOP is trying to pass where they're trying to prevent you to vote. Like, you can't vote after work. You can't vote before work. You can't vote on Sunday. They wanted to have just one day to vote. Because, normally you have like several days to vote. They trying to make it just one major day, and that's it. And that's not going to work for everybody. People have to work. People have emergencies. People might not be able to make it. So just because I have an emergency in my family, or if I have to work, that mean I don't vote? That's crazy. And they trying to make that a law, pass that law.
Marvin.
Yeah, so I don't get it. But in a way, I'm glad he paid, even though it's 56 years later, he did sign it this morning. So maybe this is on the road to something beautiful in the namesake, in the memory of John Lewis.
Well, everybody, on another subject, everybody's asking where the show is at. Well, I'm sorry, y'all. We're having some internet outages, some internet issues over here. Nothing that we can do. I mean, it's just that, that happens over here in this area sometimes. But, hopefully when you hear the playback on this show, we apologize for that. And hopefully next week we'll have her.
We definitely will, because I'll be changing.
I guess that's that.
We definitely will. Let me knock on wood, it'll work, but I will definitely be getting rid of this internet service that I have, because
never mind. Never mind, y'all.
This is ridiculous.
This is sad, man, because the sun is shining and everything, no rain, anything like that. But anyway, back to the subject at hand. That whole thing, like I said, that's more symbolic than anything.
Right.
We need to stop getting so excited about symbolism.
That's why I say, is it relatable to the subject today? Because,
kind of, sort of,
really get anything
kind of, sort of. It really is. Indirectly, it is. And back to the Fred Hampton movie. Remember at the beginning of the movie when he was giving the speech and they were talking about naming a college Malcolm X College?
Right.
He said, what are we getting out of it?
Right.
He asked a really profound question. He is absolutely right. We're not getting anything out of it.
And is that school even existing today?
No, it's shut down.
See there? So we really didn't gain anything.
We didn't get anything anyway.
So maybe a year? Was it up a year, I think?
It was up maybe a couple of years and then the funding went down for it. So, but anyway, and that was real profound on his part too, because he understood that then okay, renaming the college Malcolm X College, that's a good thing. You're honoring brother. You're honoring a brother.
Very.
Which is pretty much one of the biggest inspirations for forming the Black Panther Party.
Right.
So when you do stuff like that and it's just symbolisms, it's not going to do anything for black people.
And now that
so don't get excited about it.
And now that we're talking about that, I want to give a shout out to the NBA All-Star games, because they are represented today for the higher HBCU. So this game has been dedicated, and I believe the proceeds is going to go to fund HBCU. So if we can get those funds out there to those schools, that'd be beautiful. And it would have been amazing if we had the fundings back then to keep the Malcolm X College going to this day.
And I will be the first to tell anybody, and I've told you this on several occasions, that's one thing I envy about you, because you had that black college experience. I never did.
Yeah, I did, and I don't regret it.
And hindsight is always 20/20. I had a full scholarship to go to Howard, and I turned it down.
Wow.
And I hated that.
Yeah.
Right now, I hate that.
Right.
I hated that.
I wanted to go to Spelman, but my mom that's a little too far.
I want to go. Blah, 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 blah. I wanted to go. Well, Oklahoma has a black college, Langston University.
Yeah, Langston. Yeah.
And I had plenty of opportunity to go there, but half the people I know is going. I don't want to go where I see everybody. I don't want to see y'all. Go away.
And I can't really hold you against that either, because a full pay scholarships ain't nothing to sneeze at.
No, it ain't.
That's some good learning and some good skills you hope.
I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that 100%.
To offer you a full pay scholarship, so
yeah, I wish I would have taken it, but I turned it down, man, because I think it was mostly on my part. I'm not going to lie, y'all. It was mostly on me. I mean, I didn't want to leave home. I'm not going to lie. It was on me.
That's how like Turl is 30 miles and Jarvis is another 70. So just enough so I can say I'm away from home, but then they can get down there in a minute or two.
In case you need.
Yeah.
And that was my biggest deal. Like I said, I wish I would have gone to an all-black college. My cousin Jay did. He went to Langston.
Oh wow, nice.
Yeah, him and his wife. They both went to Langston. So that's a good. That's cool.
But you have that lineage in your family, so that's
yes,
good.
I do have it.
Yeah, good. Now we're going to speak about a topic that you sent to me.
Right.
Oklahoma bill makes it illegal to photo or film police while there is a situation happening in the streets. For example, if someone in Oklahoma had a situation like the George Floyd case, and it would have happened to have taken photos or filmed it, yeah, they would have went to jail. So it's not funny, but it's like, is this all we have to do is make up some kind of stupid law like this?
I am going to be completely honest with y'all. I was born and raised in Oklahoma. I've said this on several times on this show. I can honestly tell everybody here that Oklahoma is one of the most racist states in the United States. I'm being honest with y'all. Anybody that's from Oklahoma, any black person that's from Oklahoma, 8 times out of 10 will agree with me 100%.
Yeah.
Oklahoma is deep rooted in racism. Oklahoma almost lost its statehood because of racism. Its first 6 or 7 governors were card-carrying members and high-ranking officials in the Ku Klux Klan.
Wow. Never knew that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And like I said, it almost lost its statehood because it was so racist. There was so much racism going on here, man, that, you know, here's another book. Killers of the Flower Moon. Look that book up, Black Family. And the reason why I say look that up is that it talks about the Osage murders that was going on in the state of Oklahoma. Because of the Osage murders, those actually was the first ever case that the FBI ever investigated.
Oh wow.
Okay, let me explain to everybody what those Osage murders were.
Say what is that? Yeah.
Okay, now back in the day, there was a tribe of Native American people called the Osage. They owned all the rights to their land, which means they own everything on that land.
Okay.
Mineral rights. Lots of oil and minerals were in the ground. They mined it out, got paid major dollars. Okay. Now, because of this, white people, and I'm gonna go ahead and say what it is. White people decided they need to be regulated because they ain't gonna do nothing but squander that money. Wow. In other words, I want it because they got it. So what ended up happening was these Native American Osage women started marrying these white dudes, and they started dropping like flies.
Who started dropping like flies? The women or
the women? You get what I'm saying?
What?
Because because the way it's situated, if let's say that you're an Osage woman, I'm a white man, I marry you. Because I'm your husband,
yours is mine.
Yours, there you go.
Yeah.
You die, guess who gets it?
Right. But that's kind of like crazy. Did nobody investigate why these women were dying so unexpectedly all of a sudden?
That's why the FBI was formed. That's why the FBI was formed. But I don't want to ruin the book for anybody, but you know, just get that book. Get that book, Killers of the Flower Moon. They're supposed to be doing a movie about it. So I don't know when that's going to happen or if it's going to happen, but last I heard they were supposed to be doing a movie about that particular book. So definitely get that book, Black Family. Killers of the Flower Moon. It's a good book. It's a really good book.
But what are your thoughts? Do you think this is something that needs to be done? Because like I said, we wouldn't know half the situations and cases that has been brought to the forefront if it wasn't for camera videotapings or pictures and things like that, because we will never know, because even though the police were those they can turn those off. Yeah, they can turn them off, exactly. So I don't know if this is a good thing or not.
This is not a good thing. Yeah. Oklahoma, like I said, as I was saying before I went off on a tangent, Oklahoma is a very racist state. So this right here is just a telltale sign of racism at its finest. Because if someone that looks like me, and by that I mean a black person, is getting their asses kicked by a cop for no reason whatsoever, and you start to videotape that whole thing, you would get put in jail for harassment. That's what they're doing now.
That's crazy.
That's called a police state, ladies and gentlemen. It's slowly but surely becoming a police state. So whenever a cop is doing something that they don't have any business doing, illegally,
unprofessional,
very unprofessional,
uncouth.
Come on now, you got some more words. I know you do.
Where's the sympathy? Where's the let me think a ABC plan just going with straight A?
There you go.
Where's the okay? Let me do my job like I was trained.
Come on now.
To do my job.
Say that.
Or if somebody getting the best of me, I get a little agitated, and the next thing I do is fire my weapon.
Come on.
You know, stuff like that. We will never know.
Like I said, Oklahoma is, and watch what I tell you. A lot of other states are going to follow suit.
That's what I just been saying, because I know for a while Oklahoma followed a lot that Texas did, right?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, Texas is going to be like, oh, that's a good idea.
Texas gonna follow suit.
Oh yeah, everybody's going to follow suit. It's going to be a lot of people that's going to follow suit in this whole situation.
And you know, my personal opinion, when you send me this story, I read it. First thing that popped in my mind is, I guess they getting tired of paying all this money off of this wrongful killings.
Well, I got a remedy for that. Stop doing the shit.
Right, but
and they justify it by saying he was resisting arrest. Now, I used to watch the show Cops all the time.
Yeah.
I did. I used to watch it on a regular basis. And I've never seen, and white people would resist arrest, cuss the police out, hell, hit them, no bullet holes.
I saw a story, I think you sent it to me. It was the same scenario as the Fidel Castro, was it the black guy, Fidel Castro or something?
Huh?
He was the guy that was in the car with his girlfriend, his child, and they thought he was...
Oh, Philando Castile.
Yes. And they did this. It was the same scenario with a white guy. This guy got out his car, told the policeman, I got a gun too. I mean, really just talking to the policeman. Crazy. Only thing the police said was, sir, please get back in your car. But he was holding his taser. Now,
Philando Castile had no weapon on him. He told him, yeah, I have a gun, but it's under the seat.
Right. And this man got out his car.
That's number one.
Holding the gun.
Oh, that's number one. Okay. Philando Castile said it's under the seat and it's not even loaded. And I'm not driving in the first place, so why are you harassing me? And he wasn't driving. He was in the passenger seat.
Same scenario, different endings though.
Yeah.
Different endings. So I don't know, like you said, it's going to be, I'm pretty sure
it's getting pretty bad,
lot of states are
a lot of states are going to follow suit. I can guarantee it.
Then we're going to be like we were in Jim Crow days, aren't we?
Come on now. Even worse. Even worse. Because if you go outside of your house, man, I don't even want to think about it.
Don't even think about it.
Yeah, I don't even want to
put
think about it.
Put it in the atmosphere, yeah.
There you go. Yeah. I don't want to put that out there because I don't want somebody coming up to you talking about, do you know Mr. Reginald Parker? And you say, yeah, that's my fiance, and all of a sudden, well, I got some bad news.
Right.
And then you gotta explain that to my mother.
Right. And I'm thinking, he said he was going to Walmart get some milk. You know, I'm thinking he just went to the store. And now you telling me this man is dead? What? They don't add up.
Right.
That do not add up at all. So hopefully hopefully Oklahoma keep this one to themselves.
I hope so.
And this will become
I hope they get rid of that law.
A country mandated.
But that law can't be lifted. That law can't be lifted.
And I'm surprised that the Democrats voted for this. I mean, I can see this as a Republican thing. It don't matter, babe. But the Democrats,
like I said, Democrats and Republicans all have the same agenda: white supremacy. Only thing different is that a Democrat will throw a rock and hide their hands, and a Republican, and a Republican, they'll throw the rock and say, "Yeah, I did it. What you gonna do about it?"
Right.
So, but that's that.
And here's another Oklahoma story. Your look, your little state getting y'all doing the thing that y'all getting it in. And this a large fight erupts between students following a Newcastle John Marshall basketball game. I'm gonna let you speak on this one.
John Marshall High School in Oklahoma City is pretty much, I want to say, 75 to 80% black. Give or take. Give or take. Newcastle, the city of Newcastle, Oklahoma, is a very, very, I want to say, very white town. It's about 65 to 70% white people.
Okay.
And I wish Marvin was on the phone because he could back me up on this. Newcastle is very racist. Very, very, very racist. So now, from what I understand, when I heard about this story, I think the N-word got thrown.
A racial slur, yeah.
No, let's go ahead and say what it was.
Because I can't think of another one.
Brother got called a nigger by somebody that wasn't by somebody white, and you know that's when the fight happened. Now, this shouldn't. I'm not surprised. Really, I'm not surprised.
That happened mostly anyway, especially if they got beat, like
which they did.
Like, you know, if they lost and their temperatures are high. But where's your decorum? You learned it somewhere.
Exactly. So you just didn't think that word up on your own. I'm sorry. You know, you learned it from somewhere. Either your racist ass mama, your racist ass daddy, or your racist ass grandparents.
Me, I hate when they say, "Well, you guys say it to each other all the time." Well, we say it to each other. We don't want to hear it from you.
Well, see, think of it is, now here is my deal on that right there, and you know how I feel about that. I would rather black people not say that word.
Yeah, we had this discussion before. Yeah.
But I know some black people, it's like second nature to them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean.
Yes, it is.
I mean, present company included.
Yeah, that's why I'm like,
Hey, let me tell y'all something.
But I'm getting good. I'm trying to get good.
Let me tell y'all something. I love this woman to death. Y'all know I do. But that N word will fly out of her mouth.
Because I just don't relate it to black people. It's just in general because it means a multitude of things to me.
Well, see,
somebody acting stupid. Well, see, or,
Let me say it's about the word nigga. You know, the way I see it, the word nigga means somebody that's lazy, shiftless, and uncouth.
Oh.
Now, there's lazy, shiftless, and uncouth people in all races.
Definitely.
The word was originally created to make us feel like we're less than human.
Right.
Black people. And by us, I mean black people. Foundational black people. So, because I have heard Africans call black Americans that word.
Oh, yeah.
Believe it or not. Well, Africans got another word for us called akata. You know, I forgot what it means. I think it means wild animal or cotton picker or something like that.
Oh,
anyway, it's something very derogatory. But anyway, but as a whole, and we're going to do another show on this, I don't think that black people should be using that word, period.
Right.
I think we need to completely obliterate it from our vocabulary. Now, I've heard people say overuse of a word kills the meaning. No, it doesn't. Overuse of a word strengthens the meaning. You're just too stupid to see it. So now if you want to destroy, you don't want to destroy the meaning of the word, you want to destroy the word. And the best way to destroy a word is to do what? Not say it.
Not say it, not use it, yeah. That's in speaking with your homies,
exactly.
In music, lyrics.
There you go.
Across the board.
Now, there's a lot of folks out there that's going to disagree with me on that, and I want you to, please, by all means.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think we should get rid of the word. I mean, because the best way to kill a word is to not say it. I mean, just like a language. There are several languages out here that used to be spoken fluently all over the world. You don't hear them anymore. Nobody speaks it.
Why?
That's how language dies.
Oh, like
people stop speaking it.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's what I want us to do. I want us to kill that word by not saying it. I mean, we can describe each other we can describe each other by not saying it. Now, granted, there are some niggas out there. I was just
gonna say it's kind of hard. You be like, did you see what this just did? You know, it's
exactly. I'm not saying
it flows so naturally.
I'm not saying that there aren't any niggas out there because, and I've always said this: there's a difference between a black man and a nigga.
True.
And if you don't know the difference, then you must be a nigga.
That's true.
That's all I got to say about that.
Exactly.
So, but anyway.
Exactly.
But anyway, that's that. But really though, Newcastle, Oklahoma, man, is a very, very racist city. I'm telling you what I know. I'm from Oklahoma. I'm from that area. Okay? So I'm not surprised that this incident happened by any stretch of the imagination. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Wow.
So, wow. I think it's sad.
Yeah, it is.
In this day and age, you would think that it would be a little bit more evolved than that, but I guess I was wrong.
Yeah. Well, does that show that some young people are still sticking to their guns saying that, no, you will not get away with calling me this? Because I'm pretty sure if this is high school,
I'm proud of that.
It's like 16, 17, 18-year-olds.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Definitely.
I'm proud of that. Don't take that crap from nobody, especially, come on now. Stand your grounds, young people.
That's right.
Stand your grounds. So, I'm cool with that. I don't have no problems with that.
Not at all.
Now, that all we got for current events, baby?
That's all we have this week.
All right.
Now we're on to the topic.
Let's get a crack-a-lackin'.
The black underclass.
The black
Why
underclass.
can't black Americans have anything?
Yeah. Well, let me start off by saying this real quick. Like I said before in the beginning of the show, black people as a whole, we own less than 1/2 or 1% of this nation's wealth and resources. That's not by accident. I mean, because you think about this right here. In Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. We controlled everything there. In Black Wall Street. Black grocery stores. black doctors, black lawyers, black bus lines, black car manufacturers, black mechanics, black everything in the area was black. Founded by black dollars. A black dollar would bounce at least 30 times before it left that neighborhood during that time. Now you go to a black neighborhood, you be lucky if the black dollar bounces twice because people are so eager to go out of their neighborhood to spend their money.
Right. True.
So, and that's the main reason why black people can't have anything. Now let's go back to the Fred Hampton movie. Okay. Real quick, black family, I want everybody out there to look up Meritorious Manumissions. Look that up.
I would, but
whenever you get a chance, look that up. Because we still having internet issues. Yeah. We can't look up anything right now.
Can't do nothing.
But I want everybody to look up Meritorious Manumissions. Okay. Now, this man, William O'Neill, who betrayed Fred Hampton, he got Meritorious Manumissions. He was getting paid to sell out Fred Hampton.
Yep. To be a snitch.
He got paid to be a snitch.
Right.
He was a paid informant.
What was it? Some money and a car.
Some money and a car. That is, but that would be considered Meritorious Manumissions.
That is what you call a nigga move. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's right. I agree with you on that one.
Sorry.
No doubt about it. Wholeheartedly.
That's all
I'm with you on that one.
Oh my God.
I'm with you on that one. You know, only thing he got was some. Well, I call them nigga trinkets. That's what I call them.
That's a good one.
That's what I call him. He got some nigga trinkets. You know,
don't get me wrong. Like if he was out there doing damage to young kids, like selling young kids drugs or pimping women. Well, if he want to snitch on that, by all means.
I don't have a problem with that right there.
But Fred Hampton was doing good.
He was doing some good things, man, and he knew it. And he knew it because he was in there with him.
Yes. But he still got those nigga trinkets.
He got the nigga trinkets. He got the Meritorious Manumissions. So
it's like, where's your heart?
Where's your loyalties?
Loyalty.
I mean, loyalty should be more important than getting some Meritorious Manumissions.
When your hand go across that table to pick up them trinkets, your black hand is. So you're still black.
You're still black no matter what, man.
So where is that loyalty first and foremost?
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that one.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Because like that right there, that's Meritorious Manumissions. And for those of you who don't know, let me give you a brief example of Meritorious Manumissions. Back during slavery, there's 3 ways that a slave could get free. 1, he risked his life to either save the master or the master's property.
Right.
2, he creates a process or creates a tool or something, anything that can make the master money.
Right.
Or 3, which is what a whole bunch of them did. You snitch on a slave during a rebellion or is plotting an escape.
Definitely.
Nat Turner got betrayed by another slave inside of his own clique, so they can get Meritorious Manumissions.
Right.
Well, guess what? They hung his ass too.
I was gonna say he got the same. He got the short end of the stick too.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
They got Nat Turner. They hung his ass too. So hey, it didn't work for him at all. So, and they were trying to get Harriet Tubman like that, but Sister Harriet was too damn smart, and she got them fools out of there.
Yeah.
So that's why she never got caught.
Yeah.
Because she was too smart, and that was a good thing. So the reason why that black people really can't have anything, and I'm glad you brought this question up, because that was a really good question. The main reason why that black people can't have anything is because white people don't want us to have anything. That's pretty much it, and that's pretty much it in its entirety right there.
And I'm gonna keep saying this. I've said this several times. Why you just didn't leave us where we were? We was over there chilling. I mean, we wasn't asking for nothing. Y'all came on and brought us over here.
Well,
so it's like, what? Why?
Let's go back to history again. Let's go back to history real quick. First and foremost, when it comes to slavery here in America, only 6 to 7% of the slaves that came from Africa came here to the States. There were black people already here. So basically what they did was the people that were already here, they enslaved them, and then like 6 or 7% of the slaves that came from Africa, which was, it was a lot of them though, to be honest with you. It was a whole bunch of millions of them got dropped off here. But with that said, what they would do, what the original plan was to say, okay, they're going to be slaves for X amount of years, let them go.
Right.
Okay. Now, somebody, and you guys can look this up, a slave owner named Anthony Johnson said, we're not going to do that. We're going to keep these people slaves for life.
Right.
And that's when that happened.
Yeah. I've heard that before, yeah.
Okay. So, that's the way it should have been. Now, there were, and you will hear a lot of people argue the point that white people were slaves too. No, they weren't. They were indentured servants. They didn't go through none of the crap that the black slaves did. They didn't go through antebellum slavery. They didn't go through that. They didn't go through the beatings. They didn't go through the rapes. They didn't go through denying an education. They didn't go through not being able to own a business. They didn't go through not being able to own a weapon. They didn't go through that.
Right.
So, once they got free from being slaves, from being indentured servants, they could start their own business. They could get an education. They could own as many weapons as they wanted. They didn't give a shit.
Exactly.
So, when I hear people saying that crap, and it's mostly white people say that shit, and then again I hear some cool black people saying, well, everybody was slaves. True enough, but, they didn't go through the shit that we went through.
Exactly.
So we miss it with that shit.
Exactly. And most white people, they would treat it more like a nanny, if anything.
Exactly my point. That's my whole point right there.
So it's like,
that's my whole point. That's my whole point. So
family member.
Exactly. And that's the way it is over in Mother Africa. That's the way it was. And then again you hear people saying stuff like, well, black people sold their own people into slaves. Well, let's look at who they sold into slavery. Those are people that came from tribal wars, and they were also told by the people that they were selling the slaves to, look, they're gonna bring these people back. They never did.
I wonder what they said. They said, we just gonna take them over, show them how to farm the land and raise, pigs and how to make a living for themselves, and they're gonna come back over here ready to agriculture, make things better here. Right. They must have told them something, because I'm like, well, how do you just get on a boat? Were they taken? I never understood that. Were they taken, or were they fed a bunch of bull crap?
Both, a little bit of both.
Yeah,
they were fed a bunch of bull crap. Number one, and number two, whenever they couldn't get the slave ships filled, whenever they couldn't get the slave ship filled, they would go out and literally catch them. And they had black people help them do that shit too.
Yeah.
So, but back to the subject, why black people can't have anything. Like I said, that's the main reason right there was that white folks don't want to have anything. And a prime example of that is Tulsa, Oklahoma. They literally bombed Tulsa to the ground. Yeah. They bombed the area of Tulsa to the ground. They actually dropped bombs on American soil. The first time it's ever happened.
How many years was it of Black Wall Street? They were successful, just thriving. How many years was it before they tore it down and burned it down?
What, 15?
15, wow.
Because at first, whenever they gave him that area, they said, oh, that's just a whole bunch of BS land. They're not going to do too much with that. And then black people started flipping it, and now all of a sudden,
making it beautiful, making it flourish.
Exactly. And then depend on them for shit. They was like, oh man, come on, we got to put a stop to this.
Yeah.
And they did just that.
You think 15 years is a long time? It's not really that long.
It's not really that long. It might have been longer. I'm just guessing. I have to look it up, but right now I can't. But,
we can.
But still.
That's what I thought you probably, But even if it was 20, it's still not long.
No, it's not.
So they came in and like, you know what? Nah, y'all, we done had enough of y'all playing. Now, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Come on back to reality. We don't want y'all having nothing. And another reason why black people can't have anything, and this is going to go back to slavery also, there's also that haterism in the black community. Much as I hate to say it, it's the truth. And you know it to be true yourself.
Oh, yeah. What color your skin is? Where you live?
Yeah, where you live?
Where your family from?
All that.
What y'all drive?
Oh, man, yeah. I used to... Back when I was in the dating game, the first thing a woman would ask me is, "What do you do for a living?" And me personally, I make up a lie like, "I put the stripes on Adidas." I would. I'll tell them that sometime. I put the straps on Adidas.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I used to say I didn't work. I said, I don't work.
Well, see, there you go, man.
And they look at you funny like, what? Nah. I used to lie, so I didn't work. Like I had 4 or 5 kids. You know, I used to lie. But you do that just to see what their mindset is first.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, because I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it.
But then there are some who want you just because of what you have and
that's it.
What you can do for them.
That's it. It's all about what you can do for me. And so, and with that said, you know, that's the reason why you got a lot of black folks out there that don't want anybody else to have anything because they don't have anything.
That crab in the barrel syndrome.
The whole crabs in the barrel syndrome.
Right.
Now, am I saying that all black people act like this?
No.
Not by any stretch of the imagination. That's only a small percentage.
Definitely.
A very small percentage. Because for the most part, let's take us for instance.
Okay.
Now, when we first got together, you knew what I was about. I knew what you was about. You knew that I was about, you know, business ownership and ownership in general.
Definitely.
And I knew what you was all about. So when we got together, we helped each other out.
Definitely.
And we still do to this very day.
Definitely.
Going on 3 years, y'all.
Yeah. 3 is 3.
Oh, you're right. It is 3 years. I'm sorry.
Even know.
Damn. I'm in trouble now, y'all.
You know, you threatened some things yesterday.
I'm in trouble, y'all. I'm in trouble.
My God, today.
But seriously, y'all, we, you know, 3 years going, man, and you know, and we help each other out, and that's the way it should be.
Right.
I mean,
it's like I always say, and me and my sister had this conversation all the time. If I'm going to be with someone, of course we all want to mate.
Of course.
But I'm going to look at you as my partner.
And that's exactly what we are.
It's like we got to have a partnership, because how are we going to make this flourish and thrive and momentum if you doing your own thing and I'm doing my own thing? What kind of compromise is that? Where's the loyalty?
It's not a compromise at all. It's not a compromise at all because, you know, like I said, I brought you into my business.
I just said you got to do the same thing with business. You want your business to be successful.
Exactly.
You want your relationship to be successful.
Exactly. That's why I brought you in, because I knew that you had some good ideas, and you're my test dummy, for lack of a better term. Not that she's a dummy.
No, he just throw ideas at me.
Yeah, just throw ideas at her. You know, if she thinks it's going to work, she'll let me know.
Right.
If she thinks something ain't going to work, she'll let me know.
Definitely.
And that's what I want.
Definitely.
So, you know, that's just the way it is. But we should be able to help each other out as opposed to trying to hurt each other. Because my grandfather told me a long time ago, and this goes right along with the subject. If you're not going to do anything to help another black man, don't do nothing to hurt him.
Absolutely. And that's what I thrive on too. Like, I'm a big component. Everybody knows, should know by now, they listen to the show. I am all woman.
Yep, 100%.
I am for women.
Yep.
If you hear me talk bad about a woman, something major has happened.
Yep.
I will never doubt a woman. I'm a woman supporter. And if it's anything that I can do to help a woman, I'm there.
Right.
I just think we should do that. We shouldn't be like, I'm not going to show her how I did this. I think if you can get out there and sell, just take for instance, if I was in a t-shirt business like you, if I can get out there and sell a t-shirt and you ask me how I'm going to do it, I'm going to show you too.
Heck yeah.
Like I said, that's that old saying, it's enough money out here for all of us.
There you go.
You know, so
exactly.
Why have that attitude? I just feel like when you have that all mine, keep it close to my heart, you will never succeed. You will never succeed. So why be like that? We're all in this together. We're all striving for the same goal.
Yeah, and that's to better ourselves. And if I better myself, then I can help somebody else to better themselves.
And not just financially, you can better that person emotionally.
There you go.
Psychologically.
It can go several different ways.
You know, all different factors. So I just don't look at it as a financial gain or a financial theme in general.
Right. I mean, I'm not greedy by any stretch of the imagination.
Absolutely.
I mean, because it's like I told my mother when I first started doing this, if I would have sold one shirt, I would have been happy with that.
And now you're nearing.
Now I'm 100,
striving
180. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so come on.
So, you know, and like you said, it's enough money out here for everybody. I don't need it all.
Excuse me, yeah.
But, you know, like I said, you know, we have to get away from that part right there. You know, trying not to help somebody else out. I mean, Elijah Muhammad taught that the Nation of Islam. Each one teach one.
Right.
Basically, what he meant by that is, if you got a black man over here that doesn't know anything about sweeping the floor, teach that man how to sweep the floor. You know,
Sure.
if you got a man over here that don't know anything about Wing Chun Kung Fu, teach that man Wing Chun Kung Fu.
Absolutely.
That's what he meant by that. Don't keep it all to yourself, because knowledge is meant to be shared.
Definitely.
It's not meant to be hoarded or made money off of. You know, you share that knowledge with somebody else, so that way they can do whatever they want to do with that knowledge.
Knowledge is power.
Always. That's the one thing you can never take from somebody, is what they know.
You can never lose knowledge.
You can't lose that.
You can always share it, and
pass
you
it
can
down.
also receive it.
You can pass it down and receive
Definitely.
it. Yep.
Well, when I was kind of doing like a little research about the topic,
Right.
I just came across a couple of things I thought was kind of interesting. That, for instance, most black people can't have anything because we are looked at different racially.
Yes.
Because of our skin color.
I agree with that.
Now, it also is a factor that, there's been other immigrants to come over, but when they start speaking and you hear that foreign accent, they're affiliated as white people, and then they're automatically ingesting into the American culture. So then right then, black people are back on their own again.
Right. I mean, I've been told this by several people from the African diaspora that whenever they get here and they talk to their sponsors or whoever they talk to, they are told not to fraternize with the black people that are already
Correct.
here. Have you heard that too?
I have.
Yeah, I've heard that on several occasions.
We're lazy,
we're lazy,
we don't
ghetto,
want nothing,
blah blah blah.
living off the government.
Exactly, the whole nine. And so I asked the guy that told me that. His name was Sid. I said, Sid, let me ask you a question, man. How long you been in the States? And he had been in the States for like over 15, 20 years. I said, how long you been in the States? About 20 years. And I said, how many gangbangers have you met? He said, none. I said, how many drug dealers have you met? He said, none. I said, so don't you think your parents and those people that told you that were wrong?
Right.
He thought about that for a second. He said, well, you got a point. Right. And I said, because I'm not a gangbanger nor a drug dealer. You know me. Me and you cool. So, come on.
Wow. And another reasoning is that a lot of people feel like black people here in America would not be considered as immigrants, which I think is dumb.
Well, we're not immigrants.
So that's another reason why some people feel like we shouldn't have anything because we're not immigrants. Like, for instance, if you take German, Italian, Jews, and put them all together, how do you think that'll look? That wouldn't factor out at all. They'll still want their all individual ethnic identity. Right. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. But,
and then the same rights that black people have fought for so many years, when immigrants come over or any other ethnic group come over, they get it.
They reap the benefits.
Fast.
They reap the benefits of those things that we fought for.
And that's one reason why we talked about this. So how is that possible? If y'all can see, I love getting my nails done.
Right.
These are my nails, yes. But how they're able to come over here and get businesses.
Well,
and live in fancy homes and drive nice cars and get all kind of rights and all kind of laws produced on their behalf, and we've been here all this time trying to open up a business. And, we're trying to get the same thing that they're doing, but why are theirs presented to them on a faster scale than for us? Is it privilege?
Well, I'm not going to say that it's privilege, but I can honestly tell you that is a really, really, really good point. And that goes along the lines with what I was saying earlier. Those very same rights that those immigrants come over here and reap the benefits of, we fought for those.
Exactly.
Our ancestors fought for those.
We're still fighting for those. Exactly. Still fighting.
So, and I've had this conversation with African people. They said this one dude came over here. He's from Nigeria. Now, most Nigerians are arrogant as hell. I'm just being honest with y'all. Not all Nigerians, but most of the ones that I've met. Most of the ones I met are arrogant as hell. Not knocking Nigerians. I know some cool ass Nigerians. Some of them are cool as hell. But this cat right here, he told me flat out that American blacks are lazy.
Yeah.
American blacks have all the opportunities in the world, and they just squander them and don't even take advantage of them. And I'm looking at him, I'm like, are you serious right about now?
Right.
Where was you born at? Oh, I was born in Nigeria.
Right.
So you're born in a country that where you didn't have anything, you come over here and you got everything and everything under the sun thanks to my people's struggle.
Pretty much.
And you talking shit about us?
Absolutely. I saw this documentary the other night, and they did like this test where it was a black couple,
right,
a gay couple, same-sex couple, and I think they were like either Chinese, Asian, or whatever couple.
Right.
They all went into a bank to get a loan. The black people was suggested to go to a mortgage class to build up their credit, blah, 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 blah. The Chinese people was saying, okay, we will give it to you. They got the mortgage loan within like 10 days. The same-sex couple got that same day. All of them had the same credit score. All of them had the same financial identity. They was all on the same page, even killed when they walked into the bank. So my question is, how did they give it to the same-sex couple immediately? How did they give it to the Asians within 7 to 10 business days, and the black people got to still work on it?
Again,
how can we have anything? We keep getting treated like that.
Again, see, that's why I named this show the way I named it. We are supposed to be the underclass for everybody else.
So we've been here. I'm not saying.
I agree with you on that. I'm with you on that. We're on the same page as far as that.
Fought for those privileges for us.
Yep.
So how is that even possible that we'll have to still work on it? And we're all evil. We walked into the bank. All three of those couples walked into the bank on the same playing field.
Well, see, here's the thing.
And we end up getting nothing.
Now, here's the thing. I'm just going to go ahead and put this out here for the people. Now, everybody that has known me and you for, since we've been together, know that we're in the process of looking for a house.
Correct.
Now, that's the reason why, for that very same scenario that you just came up with, that's the very reason why I'm taking steps so I can eliminate all that crap, so that way we won't have to go through all of that. We'll just go ahead and just say, hey, that's a house I want. Here's the money. Bye. Holla at you. Just give me my keys and go on about your business.
Praise God. Hallelujah. Please bless us, Lord. Because, everybody wants the American dream. What is it? The house, the picket fence, the 2.5 kids,
right,
and the dog.
Right.
We're too old for 2.5 kids. Let's just keep it 100. And I don't want a big dog because I'm thinking I might kill the dog, But we do. I mean, we share fish, so we do have fish.
We got our fish.
But we do want the house. I mean, is it so bad or so indecent of us to say we want a house and that we got to jump pretty much through hoops to get it?
We have to literally jump through hoops to get what we want to get.
Exactly.
So, and like I said, that goes on the lines of the subject of the show. We are the underclass, and we are the underclass for a reason. So somebody can have something to thumb their nose at. And here's my deal right here, and I've always said this: black people are always held to a higher standard than every other race in the United States for some dumbass reason. They always say that black people gotta stop doing so much crime. Right. We don't do no more crime than anybody else.
Exactly.
And plus, that's a small percentage of black people.
Yeah.
Very small percentage. So why should we be held to a higher standard than everybody else?
Right.
Is that fair to us?
Not at all. And I remember how they used to say that more black women was on welfare. Well, that myth has been busted.
That's a lie.
Because it come out to be, you think it would be like Mexican, Hispanic, whatever, but it's white women.
Well, see, here's the thing about that.
I thought was very.
Here's the thing about that right there. See, and that's generational on
generation. It's been like years,
right?
Years of within the same family.
There you go. So well, the one thing you have to understand is this: when the welfare system was started up, it was with white people in mind.
Right, when their husband went to war or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how that started out. So black women. So the reason why they started saying that black women could get welfare is because they want to eliminate the black father from the house. They said you can get it, but you can't have a man in the house.
I remember that we talked about that. Which is sick.
Yeah.
Which is sick. Do they really have this prejudged idea of what they think all black people are?
They do.
That's not fair.
They do. I mean, that's been going on for.
It seems like ever.
It has been.
Because like we said last week, the same things that they was fighting for in the 50s and the 60s.
We're still fighting for it today.
We're still fighting for it now.
Right.
It's like, yeah, we might drive a better car, have a better zip code, whatever. But as far as laws and bylaws, just as a general public person in this world, it's the same.
Well, think about this. Now, You have a nice car. Okay. Now, even though you have a nice car, I know several people that's in the same financial situation that you're in that don't have a nice car. So whenever I see black people saying, well, he got a nice car, well, that's just one person that has a nice car. One black person has that nice car.
Right.
Out of 18 black people, only one black person got a nice car.
No.
Come on, man. So I mean that's kind of an exaggerated number, but you know, I say it to make a point.
Right.
Just because one black person has a nice car does not mean that we're making any progress.
Not at all.
Because we're not making any progress. Like I said, we're in the same boat that we're in since they took the chains off of us.
Definitely.
We own less than 1/2 of 1% of this nation's wealth and resources. And that's been going on since after the Civil War.
Right.
Think about that.
Now, I have heard a lot of businesses, black-owned businesses, have started within the last 10 to 15 years, and especially within this last year because of COVID.
Right.
But we should be so far in advance than just a little percentage that we have. That's how I feel.
Agree. Oh yeah, I agree with you 100%, and that's you know, and that's where I was getting at.
And we shouldn't have to do it at our home. We should have storefronts.
Lots of them.
Everywhere.
Well, you know, that's our goal.
You know. So
That's our goal for our store.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think we all should. If there's a t-shirt place across the street and it's a apparel place that we do the same thing, hey brother, you make yours, I'm gonna make mine. You know, I don't think we should be like, well, I don't know why they putting this across the street. We gonna be in competition rules the world. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't have to hold it against someone or try to knock that other person's business. Encourage each other.
Yeah.
You know, so you're right. That number needs to be much greater.
Oh yeah, I agree with you on that. I mean, we're in the same boat we're in since after the Civil War, and that's sad. And the Civil War happened in 1865. Ended in 1869.
Right.
And here it is, 2021, and we're still in the same boat. The same position.
And that's one of my questions. Why?
Now, I know a lot of people will probably listen to this show and say, no, that can't be right because we own businesses. Yeah, you're right. We do own businesses. But for every one black business, there's about 100 white ones.
One white, exactly.
So, you know, we still haven't moved the needle not one little bit.
Exactly.
So, yeah, you're right. We do have businesses, and lots of them. There's some black corporations out there. I agree with you 100%.
Off topic for a minute. Is there or could there ever be a business, black-owned business, on the same status as Amazon?
It can be. I think it can be. Honestly, it can be.
If that happens, that'll be wild. Because Amazon pretty much rule the world right now.
Amazon's everywhere. Amazon's everywhere.
I was coming down somewhere other, and I'm like, is that Amazon buildings are everywhere.
The distro centers are everywhere.
Yes. I'm like, good Lord.
Yep.
So I was just wondering, could there ever be a black-owned business on
no
the
doubt.
same?
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think there can be. I think there can be. I think there can be. Because think about this. Like I said, let's go back to Tulsa.
True.
There was a black car manufacturer right there in Tulsa.
Oh wow.
Yes. I mean, it's out of business now, but still, they built their own cars.
Wow. So they really didn't ask for nothing. They all did it together as one.
That whole Black Wall Street business, that whole Black Wall Street district, Greenwood, Archer, and Pine, that area right there was completely self-sufficient. Like I said, the black dollar will bounce at least 30 times before it left.
Right.
And nowadays, you can't get a black dollar to bounce 3 times in a black neighborhood.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot.
And one thing that I want to say about just a little bit off the subject here, I think that us as black people, we need to stop worrying about. We need to stop opening businesses where is selling liquor and barbecue and stuff like that. Which those are not. I'm not knocking those businesses by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not knocking those businesses, but we can do other stuff besides doing some barbecue. We really can. I mean, you know.
But that's what's all on every corner in our neighborhood.
I agree. You go to a black neighborhood. You go to Oklahoma City. Even here in Dallas, Oak Cliff. You know, you see barbecue joints everywhere. Which I'm not knocking them because some of them are really, really good.
Definitely.
I'm not knocking them, but we have more businesses than just barbecue joints, y'all. Come on, we have way more talent than that. We really do, and we need to use it.
Well, I'm gonna step in for a minute here. I just shouted out the people, Korean agents, whatever, that do my nails. I have went to a black-owned nail tech.
Right.
Not knocking her because I'm not gonna compare her to everyone, But it's just a sense of decorum and professionalism that you have to take with your business for me to come back and frequent your establishment.
I think
if you're late, got baby kids in the back talking about, hold on, let me take this phone call. My time is valuable just like yours. Don't do that. You got to take pride in
Well, see, that goes along the lines of having. I think that every person, not just black people, but every person should take a business ethics class.
Oh, true. Definitely. Because there has been some other necessities. Yeah, you're right.
Before you start your business, take a business ethics class. I think that course should be taught for free. This is my personal opinion. This is my personal opinion, because I agree with you on that 100%. I have been in several black businesses and customer service sucks. Not that I'm saying that all black businesses have sucky customer services, because they don't. There are some that are really, really good.
Right.
And you want to come back to them.
Definitely.
Case in point, where we go get our vinyl from on the other side of town? Sister Girl Shop. I like that spot. I really do. I like this spot. I wish you would expand and get more of a selection of vinyl, so that way I keep coming back. But I love that spot.
Well, maybe she will, like, once she gets in there and say, okay, I can do this.
Oh,
She'll
yeah.
start growing.
No doubt.
Definitely.
I'm with you on that.
But she needs to just keep going. Don't give up.
Don't give up, sister, please. Yeah. Sister girl, don't not give up. I'm coming back there probably this
week.
You
told me about, like, really, a black-owned female? Wow.
Yep, a sister.
I was very impressed.
I got to go back out there so I can get some more stuff from her. But yeah, she needs to definitely expand. I'm sure she will eventually once she gets established and whatnot. But yes, definitely.
But I understand the class, but like a lot of people saying,
I think they should do the ethics class.
Ethics class. In that class, customer service should be the very first.
That's number one. That's number one.
Taught lesson of the class. Because you can't be like opening up your door, say you open up at 8, you open up at 10 o'clock, talking about, well, they just got to wait. Oh no, I can go somewhere else.
Exactly.
You know, like your product is so good that I'm just gonna wait 2 hours.
Oh hell no.
For you to open, or if they'll come back, they'll want. I don't like that.
But let me
I don't like that at all.
Let me tell the black family story real quick. I think it was the second year that I was living here in Dallas. At the time I was married. Me and my then wife went out to this black-owned establishment. It was a clothing store. Now, for those of you who don't know much about me, I'm a big Morris Day fan. Ask this lady right here; she'll tell you I'm a big Morris Day fan.
Yes, ma'am.
So I go out to this joint, man, to this space, man, to check out some suits and whatnot. I picked the suit up. I saw one that I liked. I had a question about getting the pants hemmed because the pants were unhemmed. I go up, talk to this young lady. We'll go up to a young lady, and she was on the phone, talking loud. Everybody could hear her conversation.
And she worked there?
She worked there. And I'm standing there. I looked at my wife, and my wife looked at me, and so we looked back at her. Hold on. I got some people looking at me all kinds of crazy. I looked over at my wife. I looked over at her. I said, you know what? Never mind. There you go.
I was going to say, put it down on the counter and walk straight out. I would have done the same thing. I have done that. We walked right out. Yeah.
We walked right out.
Yeah.
So now, like I said, I'm not knocking black business. I support black business because the Pan African Connection is a black business. I love that joint. Yeah, I buy incense from there. I done bought oils from there. I done bought black soap from there. Countless books. I don't know how many books I done bought from there. That is my spot.
Definitely.
I love that spot. Good customer service. The people there are remarkable. Man, I love it there.
Right.
I gotta go back. We gotta go back because I ain't been there in a minute.
Yeah, me neither.
So yeah, I love that spot, man. I mean, they have really good customer service. So I'm not saying that all black businesses have bad customer service. That one black business had a bad customer service, but the Pan African Connection doesn't.
Right. And we're not saying all business.
Not at all.
But there have been some we came across that can do a little bit better.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like I said before, anybody starts a business, I don't care what color you are, black, white, green, or purple, have a business ethics class, and that business ethics class should be free.
Right. But here's another one that I saw that I thought was kind of, I don't even have a word for it, dumbfounded to me. They said that black people aren't willing to board unseaworthy rafts and boats to cross an ocean while armed with the knowledge that many others before them have died attempting such a voyage.
That's a lie.
Some will climb border walls, fences, swim rivers, and even risk encountering right-wing border militias in search of better economic opportunities. It has probably always been the case that those who are willing to leave the country or their family or the village and come to the quote-unquote promised land of opportunity have been more ambitious and motivated than their counterparts who elects to stay behind. So to me, I read like they're saying that black people aren't willing to take those steps.
That's a lie.
I don't get that.
That's a lie.
I don't get
now,
that.
true enough, there are some black people out there that will say that I'm not going to start a business because it'll fail.
True. I've thought about that.
I've heard several people say that. And I'm like, how do you know it's going to fail if you don't try?
True. That's what. Yeah.
I mean, that's my whole deal because like when I first started my t-shirt business, I had told this person that was kind of close to me, I said, hey, I'm going to start a t-shirt business. And the first thing out their mouth was, it's too many of them out there, you're going to fail.
What is it? The market is saturated?
Yeah, the market is saturated. Yeah, I said the market is saturated. I said, I know that, but still, just like, I mean, look at how many hamburger joints it is out there.
Oh, definitely.
I mean, Wendy's didn't go out of business because McDonald's is everywhere. Now, did they?
Exactly. It's still hanging in there.
Hey, I'd even go smaller than that. 5 Guys.
Oh, yeah.
Now, they got some good-ass burgers. I'm sorry. They do.
They do.
So, but anyway.
They're not. I mean, they're coming on the market now, but everybody know McDonald's has sold billions.
Billions of burgers worldwide. Worldwide.
Yeah.
So, why should I be discouraged just because there are several people out there that sell shirts?
Correct.
I mean, we've been to t-shirt shops to the stuff where we get our equipment and our supplies, and we've gotten compliments on shirts that I've made.
Definitely.
From other people that do shirts.
And if you can see these are the ones he made.
That's right, I made these right here.
Yeah, definitely.
But still, we get compliments all the damn time on the shirts that we make.
Especially when I wear my shirt. Oh yeah, my jacket. He made us a jacket for Christmas. So yeah, definitely.
So you're missing with that one. I'm sorry.
It's back to that customer service and that go-getter attitude, and don't give up. Keep thriving.
Right.
In January, you probably had 1 sale. In February, you might have 10 sales. March, you might have 100.
You never know.
Keep going.
You got to keep it going, man.
And market. Try to market and put yourself out there. Word of mouth.
That's the biggest deal, and that's the one thing that we have to start doing as far as our business is concerned. Is start us up another marketing campaign so that we can get some more revenue out there, because the initial goal, black family, is to be self-sufficient, so that way you can have something for yourself. So that way we won't be having conversations like this.
Who don't want to be a business owner? Who don't want to have that pride to know that you are contributing to the economy with something that you thought of.
And that's number one. And number two, you ain't got to worry about asking nobody for no job.
Yeah, that's true. You're your own boss.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think we all had that mentality. At least some of us do.
Yeah.
Had that mentality that what can I do to, something that I love, or something that I can know that will saturate the market where it can help someone that I have thought of, So I think we've all thought about that.
I agree with you on that. So, but I disagree with that last one, man, because
just because I won't get on a raft.
You know what?
I mean, I don't want success.
Let me tell you something, man. I would say, hey, babe, this is where we're going. This is where the money is at. Let's go.
I personally feel like a lot of these people take those chances. Because, they do say that we are the land of promise, and we have more financial avenues of ways for them to garnish money. And we are a free country as well. Like, you don't have nobody over your head, so not eat, not drink, not go to bed, and things like that. But And I also think a lot of people feel like once they get here and they know they are from another country, they know that America feeds that. They give foreigners all kind of assets.
Yes.
And it's like, if I can just get there, I know I'm gonna make it. And I have not met not one foreign person that I spoke to, not trying to put nobody on blast, even the two that I work for. They knew that they had an opportunity, that once they got here, that it would be going to be flourishing. And he pretty much told me that the other day when I spoke to him. So it's like, I can't knock that. Because if I was in that position, I probably would too.
Right.
I probably would too. But I don't know about on a raft and climbing the water wall, though, you know. Unless I just have to. If I have to get it, well, I might. But they did say a lot of them come over here. They don't come over here broke. That's what I read too. They don't come broke.
No, they don't come broke.
They come with little means.
They don't come broke.
But they want to make it grander.
Right,
and
exactly. I mean, they have they have meager means, and they don't have very much loot or whatever.
Right.
Which that goes without saying. You know, you got to start from somewhere.
Right.
I mean, just like that, the only Drake song that you'll ever hear me bump started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Exactly.
You know,
I like that too. Yeah.
You know, that's the only Drake song anybody will ever hear me play.
Oh yeah.
It started from the bottom. I love that song.
Well, do we have that attitude, like, since pretty much the story has been said that we was brought here through slavery,
right?
And we are descendants of our ancestors, and we are owed something because of that factor.
Hence the reparations. Yes, I mean, I think that we are definitely owed something. I don't care what anybody says. Because we talked about Herschel Walker last week, saying that black people don't need reparations. Well, like I said, Herschel, you know, I hope you hear this. If you don't want it, give it to us.
Right.
We'll take it.
Definitely.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take your share. You don't want it, we'll take your check. But anyway, but comments like that usually come from black people who already have money.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
So,
but why don't white people want us to have anything? Like I said,
again,
just the last 2 weeks has really got my mind just all over the place. Because again, looking at the Billie Holiday story, then looking at the movie Judas and the Black Messiah. The feds, which were mostly at that time made up of white men,
right?
And they did infiltrate some black men, but they was in there pretty much as snitches.
Yeah.
But they was mostly white men who trying to just pretty much stop any progress for black people.
Well, like I said,
don't understand that.
Well, it's like I said, you know, a lot of them don't want black people to accomplish something that they're not accomplishing.
Is that entitlement?
That's entitlement. That's exactly what it is. They don't want black people to accomplish something that they're not accomplishing. That's the problem. That's the biggest problem right there. Because one of my favorite, I'm going to use this as an example. One of my favorite people out there is Tariq Nasheed. I love that brother.
Yeah, you listen to him all the time.
I listen to Tariq Nasheed all the damn time. Yeah. He's the reason why I came up with the idea of this podcast, because he had his first and said, dang, I can do that. And so, you know, shout out to Tariq Nasheed, brother. I hope you hear my show one day. But anyway, he started out writing books. You know, and then he started doing, you know, independent films like Hidden Colors, which I suggest anybody black watch those documentaries, please. That will give you a good foundation on black history in general. But anyway, I'll take Tariq, you know, back to Tariq. He started out writing books and blossom into what he is now.
Okay.
So, with that said, he took a leap of faith.
Right.
Okay. And now he's got 5 Hidden Colors movies out there, and plus a documentary about the history of Haiti, the 1804 movie. And those movies are some of the hottest selling movies on Amazon.
Oh wow.
So that's a lie. I disagree with that 100% because he took a leap of faith, and look at him now.
Right. Because he has a conference that you want to go to.
Yeah.
But wasn't able to go because of COVID back.
Yeah. But he's going to have the next one's going to be in Tulsa. That's going to be in Tulsa. So we definitely going.
Your hometown.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be in Tulsa. We're close to my hometown. So yeah, we're going to be definitely going to that.
Nice. And he just started out with a little.
Yeah, started writing books. Started writing books on relationships.
Writing books. Oh, wow, that's crazy. And look where he is now.
Yeah, because he took a leap of faith.
Gotta keep that faith, yeah.
You take a leap of faith. Sometimes you got to. So whenever I hear people say that black people can't accomplish anything, that's a lie. Because we can accomplish anything. We can accomplish anything that we want to accomplish if we really want to.
That's true.
So that's a lie.
That's very true. Well, like I said, I spoke to several different people, several different age groups, women, men, whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of them do say, like, he told me I can mention this. My brother feel like it's privilege.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why we can't have anything. And I don't know. And I asked him, is it white privilege? He says across the board. He said there are some black people and other ethnic groups that have the same thought process as white people.
Yeah.
Who think that black people don't deserve anything, don't need anything.
Right, exactly. So. That's along the lines I was talking right there. That's right along the lines I was talking. And I agree with Mike. I agree with Mike. I'll say about 95%. That other 5%, yeah, they do have that mentality. A lot of black immigrants do have that mentality. Because I've heard, like I said, Africans say that. I've heard Jamaicans say that. I've heard people from Cuba say that. Black people from Cuba, I heard them say it. They say that black people here in the United States are given an opportunity, we just don't take advantage of it. But I call BS on that. And the reason why I call BS on that because of the fact that, even though we do have that opportunity is quickly taken away from us.
Right.
So you're right to a point, but you're also wrong because we always get that opportunity given to us, but they also take it away from us. So you really can't say that it's just we're not taking advantage of it because that's a lie. We do take advantage of it every chance we get.
Absolutely. And that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, we take advantage of it every chance we get.
Yeah.
But then again, there are some haters out there, just like I was talking earlier. There are some haters out there that don't want black people to do anything because they're not doing anything. Other black people that want other black people to do anything.
Say your own black people.
Yeah.
But when you say like Jamaicans and Nigerians and things like that, I have personally heard them say they don't want to be called black.
Exactly.
They want their own group identity. No, I am Nigerian. No, I am Jamaican.
Precisely.
But in reality, if you're driving your nice car down I-20 and a policeman pull you over, you go think, oh, there goes a Nigerian. Or they gonna say, oh, there goes a black person.
Yep. Or worse than that, there goes a nigga.
Keep it 100. So,
and I've
don't get me wrong.
That.
Like I told you, I think we need our own identity too.
That's why I say foundational black Americans.
Everything don't need to be black. Something needs to be different. African American, whatever people want to be identified as. But in reality, it's all one scope. It all boils down to that color of your skin.
The melanin. But like I said, I've always said foundational black Americans, and I will continue to say that. I mean, there was a time in the past and I had used the term African Americans, and I thought about that for a second. Wait a minute.
Too, but I was like, no.
Excuse me. I thought about that for a second. Charlize Theron can say she's African American.
Because she was born there.
Because she was born in Africa. And now she's a naturalized American citizen. So she is technically an African American.
And she's what color?
Whiter than the whitest of white.
And blue with the bluest eyes.
The bluest of eyes.
So I can't relate to that.
So,
that's why I stopped.
And that's not cool.
I used to too, but I'm like,
and that's not cool. So that's why I say foundational black Americans. I got that term from Tariq Nasheed. Shout out to that brother. Because you can't co-opt that. It can't be co-opted. Because we can trace our family lineage back to the Aboriginal black people that were already here before anybody, and we can trace our family lineage back to the slave plantations.
Right.
So you can't. There's no just disputing that.
Yeah.
We're foundational black Americans. You can't co-opt that.
Right.
But like I said, I had this conversation with a friend of mine a while back. Because he was asking me where the Jamaicans come from. I said Jamaica.
Jamaica, yeah.
They come from Jamaica.
Yeah.
He said, but why we got to call ourselves black? I said because that's what we are. We're black Americans.
Right.
So but the Jamaicans.
Look how we came. We came from what? Coons,
big coons, jigaboos, darkies, niggas. porch monkeys, aces,
so
spooks,
we done had some identity groups.
Oh yeah, we've had quite a few of them, man. Some of them wasn't cool.
Exactly. So,
but so that's why. And whenever I talk about stuff like that, people say I'm being divisive.
No, you're not.
I'm like, they're being divisive.
That's reality.
I mean, I'm like, they're being divisive. If you go to a Jamaican and say, hey, you're a black man, they'll probably knock your ass out.
No, the one that you and I were discussing, I didn't know that if some Hispanics, if you call them Hispanic or Mexican, oh my God, you get the death raise.
Oh my God, man, what you call me?
No, I'm not. I am. What is it? Oh, I was just talking about it. Hispanic, Mexican, Dominican. They will break it down.
I was in college now dating this Puerto Rican chick, man.
Puerto Rican, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah.
And she would tell you, and somebody called her Mexican boy, she called him everything but a child. Because I am not Mexican, I'm Puerto Rican.
Fighting, man.
They get mad. Hey, she's Puerto Rican, don't look at me.
Exactly. So why can't we do the same thing?
Exactly.
Why can't everybody else have their own identity group and we can't?
Yeah, because if somebody says, oh, you're being divisive. Yep, you're right, I am. They're being divisive. How come I can't be?
Exactly. Is it divisive or is it selected?
A little bit of both. A little bit of both. I mean, because I'm a foundational black American. That's what I am. I'm not, come on, that's all there is to it. Because I'll give you a prime example. Usain Bolt, I love that brother. That brother can run his ass off. That brother fast. He's Jamaican.
Wow.
I ain't knocking him.
Right.
He's Jamaican. That's what he is. He's Jamaican. He'll tell you flat out, I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. And okay, brother.
That brings me back to the point. Remember everybody trying to figure out what Tiger Woods was? And he said he's
Caucasian or whatever.
Yeah. Didn't nobody know what that was. But you can't knock that brother. If he want to be identified as something, that's what he is.
Yeah, and I've had this argument with several black people. When I tell them Kamala Harris ain't black, well, she ain't. I mean, her dad is Jamaican, her mama's East Indian, so she's not black.
She's not black.
So I'll continue to argue that point. I will argue that point till I die. She's not black.
Right.
And I challenge anybody to prove me wrong. Right. Anybody. So and the first thing they start saying is, well, she went to an HBCU. You went to an HBCU. How many non-black people did you see there?
I just been saying I went to school with several white and Hispanic.
Thank you very much. Exactly my point.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sure did. Well, I did want to mention before we get out of here that Monday starts the trial selection for the George Floyd case. Let's keep this case lifted up in prayer that at least one of our good brothers who died in such a vengeance way would he and his family get some kind of justification, some kind of justice.
I could be 100% honest with you. I don't want just people. I just don't want people to just look at this case and say, let's just go ahead and arrest him. I want a murder conviction. Because that's what this was. I don't want manslaughter, because manslaughter has a lesser sentence than murder. I want murder. Now, damn the manslaughter conviction, because he'll get out in 10 years. I want them punished to the full extent of the law. Nothing more, nothing less. But I know it's not going to happen. Look at the Rodney King verdict. You know what happened after that.
That's what I just want to say. Do we really want another like that? Do we really want to tear up the city that we lived in because we don't get what we think is the right?
Well, let me just say this about rioting, and I've had this conversation with several people too. After these last few riots that we had a while back, not too long ago. They're worried about people going around here stealing flat screen TVs and tearing up cities and shit like that.
Can't get my Gucci bag.
Okay, yeah. But most of the people that was doing that shit were white.
Yeah, that's what I saw on camera. Now, when you want to say eliminate rolling cameras, they should have did that thing. That's all I saw.
That's all I saw.
I'm not gonna say that's what I pretty much majority.
That's what I saw. That's what I saw looting.
Yeah.
That's what I saw looting. That's what I saw doing doing all the other shit they was doing. That's what I saw. I saw white folks doing it.
You right about that.
I mean, true enough, black people were out there, tearing shit up. I agree with you on that. And the reason why black people were doing that is because you have to understand something. Black people have been getting killed with impunity for far too long. So black people are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yes, sir.
That's the problem.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you honestly think, I don't think there might be, but But I don't think there's not one person in this world that has not heard about the George Floyd case.
Unless they've been living under a rock.
It is what I said. Is it possible for him to get justification, get a fair trial, a fair conviction?
Anything is possible.
Okay, maybe that's wrong. Would he be able to get a prominent, fair jury selection?
No.
That will be going there straight with the open heart to know what they saw was like a modern day lynching.
Unless they put somebody on the jury that's like me, no.
What do you mean, like you?
Somebody that knows better.
Oh, okay.
So, because I already know what's going to be on that jury is going to be a shitload of white folks.
I'm trying to see where they're going to have it. So I know the selection starts tomorrow. If they're going to have it in Minneapolis? That would be kind of...
We're going to have to look it up.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look it up. I'm wondering where they're going to... I guess Minneapolis.
Yeah, once the internet comes back up, we'll look it up a little bit further. We'll come back with that next week's show.
Yeah. But I just hope, even though the jury selection starts this Monday, it's not the trial is not going to start, but I hope they seek out people who has a heart and a common mind of decency to know what they saw was not.
That was murder, man.
that was nothing but a killing.
That was murder. That was a modern day lynching, like you said.
Modern day lynching on national TV.
You hit the nail on the head with that one. That was a modern day lynching. That's what that was. A modern day lynching.
And I hope people just take that into their heart and know, somebody gotta, I hate to put this for lack of better words, somebody gotta be made an example out of. This is not what, we cannot continue like this.
No.
It cannot.
No. I agree with you on that.
And so with that being said, so why can't Black Americans have anything? Did we come up with a solution today?
There is no solution for it. I mean, that is the whole thing about Black people not being able to have anything. That is by design. They don't want us to have anything. Plain and simple. Like I said earlier before, they don't want us to have anything so that we can pass it down from generation to generation. Now, back then they had what I call old money. Money was passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation. So Black people, we don't have anything like that.
Not too many.
Not very many. I mean, we do now, but we don't have very many. But like I said, out of all the billionaires out there, I think only 7 of them are Black.
Not too many. Another not too many.
Yeah.
We have some millionaires, but not billionaires.
Yeah. Plenty of millionaires. I mean, we have several Black millionaires. That's a good thing.
Definitely.
I'm not knocking that at all. Brother may get that loot. As long as it's illegal, as long as it's not illegal, and as long as you're not compromising your morals.
Right.
Get that money. I'm not knocking that. But, we have to understand something, that we live in a system of white supremacy.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. That's the reason why we don't have anything as a whole. As a people, we don't have anything. And the second we start trying to get a little something, they try to figure out some kind of way to take it from us.
I was just going to say, even when we try to like, for instance, when Kamala and Biden was elected into office, I think this is what I've heard on national television shows that I've seen, a lot of white people thought that they was losing something or something was getting taken away from them.
What?
That was one of the reasons why they stormed the Capitol. But I was talking to one of my family members this week, and she said, this week about this conversation, she was like, instead of saying that's white privilege, how they just weren't throwing a temper tantrum.
Same thing.
That's why I said it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Because if I can get it, that's the same thing.
Scorched earth.
Yeah. So again, in some aspects, it can be privilege. They feel like, hey, we rule this world. We don't want you guys to have no more than what we have.
That's exactly it.
Which is not fair.
I agree.
At all.
But that's white supremacy. White supremacy isn't fair. They don't care about fair.
Yeah.
There's another documentary that people need to look at. It's called Race War. Jason Black. Jason Black produced this one.
Very good one, yes.
Race War. Check that one out. And Richard Spencer, who's a known white supremacist, said this: we don't care about fairness. We care about winning.
Yeah. It's like a game for them.
It's a game
Even though this is our livelihoods and our lives, it's a game for them.
It's all a game for them.
Or like a mentality kind of beat you down. You can't have more than me. You can't have more than me.
There you go. And that's exactly
and then it becomes possessive. And
that's exactly it.
Like lethal.
That's exactly
for lack
it.
of better words.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
They don't want anybody to have anything except for them. They want everything. They want it all.
All of it.
Brand new socks and drawers. There you go. Come on now. Brand new socks and drawers, baby.
Exactly. They want it all.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, but honestly, though, I love doing this show because it just makes you think about different things.
And that's what the show is about.
And like I said, the last 2 weeks like I said, I know some. I don't know as much Black history as you, but I'm getting there.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy learning more each and every day. But it still bothers me how these people can infiltrate or come into your lives when you're doing good things and try to peg you down. I don't get it.
Well,
it's just something I'm gonna have to, I guess, work through to get an understanding, because it's like I'm out here doing a good thing, I'm doing a good cause, and because you think that I'm doing just a little bit too much, you're gonna have someone to come into my organization, know what my game plans in day to day, report back to you, you give them some nigger trinkets, and then boom, I'm either going to jail, assassinate, or something like that.
Well, see, it's like we had this discussion before the show started. White people are afraid that if Black people rise up, for lack of a better term, that Black people are going to do the same thing to them that they did to us. And that's not the case.
That's not the case. We spoke about this before. We are, what we call ourselves?
We are very benevolent people.
We are helpers.
Yeah.
We're not going to, no, we'll help you.
We are Black people as a whole are very forgiving and benevolent.
Forgiving, good word, yes.
We are, we really are. We are very forgiving and benevolent. We don't,
Definitely.
come on, we only get violent when the need calls for it. Case in point, that's what Malcolm was saying.
Yeah, by any means necessary, yeah.
That's what Malcolm was saying. We only violent when the mood calls for it. If it don't call for it, then guess what? We cool.
We just be out there doing our own thing. We're not walking out there to just start a race.
No,
not
at all. Not at all. That is not the case.
Because you're going to spit in your face.
Yeah.
Call you out your name.
Oh, come on, man.
I don't know. But why do we have to be, like you said, the dumbed down, the beneath everybody, the
underclass?
The underclass. That's the word I'm looking for. Why we? Why us? Why anybody, for that matter of fact? Why anybody? We're all put here on this earth to succeed and do the same thing, regardless of our skin color.
Another one of my heroes, Dr. Yusef Benyakinen. He's written several books also. And I have to get those books. I had them at one point, but I loaned them out to people, never got them back, and I hate that.
But anyway, how it goes.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. But anyway, he came up. He said this. He said, "White people don't hate you because you're Black. White people hate you because they're white." What he meant by that is this right here: Black people as a whole can do bigger and better things than they can. And their whole ideology is we got to keep these people down and under our thumb before they figure out that they're actually better for us, better than us. They don't like that. And that's why they got to keep us down at all times. So that way we won't have that opportunity to rise up and upsert them and make them look stupid like we always do.
Wow. Well, again, I don't think that's my question that initially started the talk on this podcast or on this subject will ever get answered. Yeah, it's up. I've been filtering through to see if it was up. I don't think it'll ever get answered. Cause like I said, we've been going through this back from the 50s and the 60s when Malcolm and Martin and the John Lewises and the Rosa Parks and so many others was out there trying to make a change or make an awareness for us. It don't seem like it's any different. Like I said, we drive nicer cars, live in fancy neighborhoods, zip codes, but as far as the moral factor,
Not trying to cut you off, but they will do this shit right when the damn show is almost over.
Yeah.
Man, y'all some raggedy bastards. But anyway,
God said the same. They will be gone tomorrow, Tuesday by the latest.
Yep.
This is unbelievable.
That's messed up though.
Yeah.
But
I think we are back up and running.
Okay, looks like we are, but anyway, really, really, really nice show, babe.
It was.
This was a good, really good subject.
I wish we had some callers, but like I said, we had technical difficulties. But if anybody re-listen to this podcast and you have an opinion,
leave a comment, please.
Leave a comment, or either call in next week and we'll let you speak on it next
week. Definitely. You know,
like I said last week, I want to hear different people's perspective on this.
Let's do a part 2 of this show then.
Definitely
do a part 2 of this show.
You can talk about this all the time. There's so many different.
There's so many different avenues we could go.
You can talk it just like in our lives.
Yeah.
Business life, celebrity life, white cultures, mixed race. You know, it's just so many different factors we can talk about it.
I tell you what, let's call somebody we haven't called in a while on the show.
Okay.
Let's call Mom.
Okay.
We'll call Mom next week. Get her insight on this. God, I'm sure she has some really good insight on this.
Definitely.
Being that she's a generation before us.
Definitely. Oh, I wish we could get Mr. Jerry.
Man, I wish he could get on here, man.
At least just let him talk, and then we just kind of expound on what he said or something.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, good show. Very good show.
Really good show, man. I like this subject, man.
Thought-provoking. Make you think.
That's the whole point. Like I said, that's what this show is all about. We want people to think. Mm-hmm. We want folks to think about some stuff, man. So, you know, we'll definitely do this show. We'll definitely do a part 2 of this show, y'all.
Definitely.
So we'll get this thing cracking, and we'll have the same old splash screen up, so that way everybody can chime in, and we'll go from there, man.
Yes.
So, you know, I guess we're gonna wrap this thing up.
All right.
So just listen to the post up, because I'm gonna post this up tonight. It should be available for people to look at tomorrow.
Okay.
And I guess we'll go from there, man. So it was a really nice show.
Yes, it was.
Hit the like button, people.
Subscribe.
Hit the subscribe button.
Notifications.
So hit the notification so you can tell when we do a show, man. Well, y'all can hook it up and look it up and do whatever.
Yes, sir.
So, but in the meantime, Black family, I am Reggio.
And I am Mimi the Lady.
And we out, y'all.
Bye.